And now, around the world and around the corner, it's the David Bowers Awards, bringing the best in indie music to millions of listeners worldwide with your host, the David Bowers. We've got a fantastic lineup of guests, as well as our engineer extraordinaire, Nick the Geek, our entire crew here at the Asylum, and me. I'm John Bon Jovial. And now, here's the voice of indie music, the David Bowers.
Absolutely, and thank you once again there, the legendary John Bon Jovial, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, listeners, for joining us again for another hour of music, merriment, and, of course, meeting some really, really neat people. We've got a good show lined up for you today, and it's about time to get back to the music, so we're going to get back to love with Kris James.
Love of my life, I admit it. I'll pick you up, I can't put you down. Your love, gotta get it. Now, for the rest of my life, I'll admit it. You're my queen and you suit the crown. Your move, gotta get it. Now. When I'm homeward bound, I'm miles away. Just to see you is my brighter day. Ain't nobody, my feet got swept away. On my mind, gotta get back to love. Gotta get back to love. Oh, get back, shine your light, gotta get back to love. You're the best of my life, I'll admit it. You lift me up, you can't put me down. Your love, gotta get it. Now. When I'm homeward bound, I'm miles away. Just to see you is my brighter day. Ain't nobody, my feet got swept away. On my mind, gotta get back to love. Gotta get back to love. Oh, get back, shine your light, gotta get back to love. Oh, get back, oh, get back, shine your light, gotta get back to love. When I think of love, I call your name. When I want some loving, I feel no shame. It drives me crazy at the sight of you. Shine your light, gotta get back to love. Gotta get back to love. Oh, get back, shine your light, gotta get back to love. Oh, get back, shine your light, gotta get back to love.
Kris James, a singer-songwriter from Liverpool, the United Kingdom. He was a former lead singer of a group called The Scheme. And in July of last year, 2018, he launched his solo career with his first single, Eyes Open, which was an instant hit, entered the official iTunes album charts the same week, and eventually peaked at number 25. Not a bad debut performance for Kris James. We'll have to see what happens to his career now. This is with his latest release, which is really kind of an infectious little thing that I think has got some commercial potential. What say you, John Bon Jovial?
Well, I think the bass player is probably the hardest working guy in the band. That's a great song, and that bass player, he's moving it. He's sweating. You can tell by listening to that thing. Guy's got talent, and I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's Erik that's playing it. Erik's got a great voice. He really does. Makes the song with the lyrics and all that. But that bassist, yeah, he's pretty good.
Hey, if you like guitar work, we got some good stuff coming up with our second guest today, because he is known for, well, actually, I should say they. It's a duo. They're known for, in addition to some clever vocals, some great guitar work. But yeah, I have to agree with you. The bass player on this really gets a workout and earned his paycheck. Kris James is the guy's name. We'll have to see what happens with him. I want to thank you again for joining us, people, and thank Mary Perry, accredited disability representative in Rochester, New York, who underwrites the David Bowers Awards on our flagship station, WRFZ, FM 106.3 in Rochester, better known as Rochester Free Radio. Also want to thank our house band, Titty Bingo, who provide our theme music for us. And I was talking to them just a couple of days ago, and they are hard at work on some new material. And they promised they got some exciting stuff coming up in the not too far distant future, to which I told them, hurry up, we're anxiously awaiting. It's been too long since we had the guys from Titty Bingo represented here on the show. So we do look forward to that. And we want to tell you that if you are a member of a band, a solo artist, or if you know someone that is, and you think that they deserve a shot on the show to either have their music previewed or maybe even guest on the show, drop us a line. The email address is very easy. It's david@TheDavidBowers.com, and tell us who they are, why you think they deserve a shot on the show, and if you can, include link to their music and maybe their bio or their EPK, whatever. Drop us a line. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. We found some great acts that were represented, or rather, I should say, that were recommended by our listeners. We really look forward to that and appreciate y'all sending in the information. John Bon Jovial, what's due in Bon Jovial land this week?
Well, we're just kind of hanging out and being hip down here in the swamp because, well, that's what we do. The season has ended for the helicopter-sized mosquitoes. Now we're putting up with the drone-sized mosquitoes. So that's, that's an improvement, a step in the right direction, actually, I think. But it is fall now across these great United States of America, and, of course, Southwest Florida, where we are, is absolutely no exception. You can tell it's fall because I think I may have mentioned this last week. You can tell because the license plates are just starting to change colors. So you know that we're getting into that most festive season.
Yes, you did. You had mentioned that last week, that you have an increasingly more varied degree of life of license plates, kind of like the trees turn many colors, your license plates turn color. Yes, you did mention that, and we're glad for you.
And we can always judge the level of success that the season is going to bring to the merchants of Southwest Florida, because by the time you get from point A to point B, if the level of rage has built up within you and you want to get out and just really hit somebody hard while you're driving, then you know it's going to be a good season. Because the roads are so busy.
Yeah.
And with those busy roads,
somehow
brings those horrible drivers, bless their pointed little heads, because they also have their wallets with them. And that's what we thrive on.
And right, that's why you really put up with them, because it is the major part of your economy down there. Actually,
well, it's a mixed blessing. Yeah, it enables us to have the lifestyle that so many people come to Florida for. But at the same time, the price that you pay for that lifestyle is having to put up with the congestion from essentially late October through about the beginning of May. You don't count on going to a restaurant because you're going to have to wait a couple of hours to get a seat. So, that's just chalk it up to, well, the season's here. They're feeding the economy. We're all living our life, and let's just enjoy it.
Yeah, we work our fingers to the bone for the next 8 months and then take a semi-vacation. But, it's like everything else in life. It has a good side and a bad side, and yeah, we can deal with that, mainly because we have to deal with it and have had. Everything has a good side and a bad side, and we're still looking for the bad side of our show because we like what we do, and we have some great artists coming in. We have a special treat this week. We have a special Rockstar 101. We're going to be talking with Mr. Erik Jones of Xarcon Films, who produces music videos out in La La Land, out in Los Angeles, California. And we've known Erik for several years now. We did a lot of voiceover work with him years past, and he is now doing music videos for artists like the ones that appear on the show. As a matter of fact, we are going to be highlighting one of those artists, and she's a young lady who is still in the emergence of her career. She does it's kind of a pop dance with a touch of R&B, and I think you're going to like what she does. She's got some good music out. She's got a new release out, which we'll be featuring in a little bit, and the videos to all of her music are available online. And this next one, the one that we'll be talking about today, will be coming up very shortly. Her name is Annette Royale. Okay, it's Annette, Annyett, last name Royale, like Casino Royale, Royale. And she's going, listen, why talk about it? Let's listen to Annette Royale and Hurt Wins.